Hello guys, my name is Jenia. I'm your United Heroes yoga teacher, and I'm happy to have you here for this new dynamic yoga practice. Hope you are doing well. So sit in a comfortable sitting position on your mat or probably on a yoga block or on a cushion so that you can raise your hips, raise your knees, and have your back straight. Close your eyes and let's take some moments here to come into the practice. Waiting aside for the time being everything we've been doing just before the practice, everything that's waiting for us afterwards. To become completely present to what happens in your body right now, to your breathing, and then begin to slow it down to take more air every time you inhale, and then exhale completely. And slowly begin to reach up with the crown of your head to find length in your back, length in your belly, in your chest. And then still keeping your attention on your breathing. With your next exhalation, bring your chin to the chest and then inhale and begin to circle your head above your shoulders. Moving consciously and slowly with the rhythm of your breathing. Exhale when your chest moves in front of when your chin moves in front of your chest, and then inhale to the other side and then backwards, and exhale again. And next time your chin is in front of your chest, change direction. Okay, and just finish the circle that you're going through right now. Bring your chin to your chest, and with your next inhalation, go up with your head and slowly open your eyes, and then cross your fingers and turn your palms outward with your arms parallel to the ground, and just some stretching here in your fingers, in the palms of your hands, keeping your spine straight, so without back bending here. And with your next inhalation, slowly move your arms up with your spine staying completely straight. And with your next exhalation, release your hands and go down with your arms by your sides. And once again, cross your fingers, still same crossing. And inhale, push your hands forward and then upwards. Begin to move your arms upward. And when you exhale, release your hands and go down with your arms. One last time here. Cross your fingers, your palms outwards, and inhale. Move your arms up. And then exhale, release. And then we'll change the crossing of your fingers. So put the other pointing finger in front of the other, and then push your hands outwards and inhale. Move your arms up. Really nice and slowly, following your breathing with this one long inhalation. And then exhale, release. Release your shoulders down. And two more times. Cross your fingers. Push your hands forward and inhale. Move up, only your arms moving. Your chin staying parallel to the ground. Your spine straight, and then exhale, release. And one last time. Okay. And then change the crossing of your legs. With your next inhalation, move your arms up again. And then exhale. Take your elbows in your hands. Inhale and move your elbows up. And exhale, move them backwards. So no back bending here either. Make sure that you're not back bending in your lower back. Keep your spine straight and just open your armpits, pulling your elbows backwards, keeping your chin parallel to the ground. And with the next inhalation, raise your arms up and then exhale, grab your elbows in a different way. Inhale. Try to reach up with the whole spine, with the crown of your head, pressing your hips on the ground. And exhale, probably your shoulders going a little bit backwards. And resist to this feeling in your lower back, this need to back bend, so that all the work happens in your lower back and not in your shoulders. Keep your lower back straight and open your shoulders. And with your next inhalation, arms up, and then exhale, release your arms and find your way to your tabletop position. Your hands under your shoulders, your knees beneath your thighs, your hips, spine in neutral position, straight and flat. And with the next inhalation, back bend, look up, move your ears far from your shoulders. Exhale, round your spine. And once again, inhale in your rhythm. Back bend, exhale, press your hands firmly on your mat. Draw your belly in. And once again, inhale. Just try to slow down your breathing here to explore all the mobility that your spine provides. And one last time. Inhale, back bend. Find some stretch in your belly. Contract muscles of your back. And then exhale. Stretch the muscles in your back and draw your belly in. With your next inhalation, come back to a neutral position and just make a small step with your hands so that you can be in a diagonal line between your knees and the crown of your head, with your hands still under your shoulders. And inhale here. As you exhale, just let your chest go down to your mat without collapsing in your lower back, without collapsing with your hips. Just your chest going down, and then inhale here and exhale. Press backwards, press firmly your hands into the ground. And once again, inhale, go down. So only your chest going down and up like this between your shoulders, and exhale, press on your hands. But without moving with your spine or with your hips. And once again, inhale. Just let your chest collapse a little bit between your shoulders, and then exhale. Protract your shoulders, press on your hands and go up. Once again, inhale. Keep your belly slightly in, don't let it out. Exhale, press back. And once again, inhale. And then exhale. Okay. And inhale in tabletop. Exhale, sit on your heels, release your head on the ground for a moment. Just release your shoulders here. And with your next inhalation, come back to tabletop. And then exhale, tuck your toes under and press back in down dog. So move your hips up and backwards. Keep your knees bent for a moment. Find strength in your arms. Press your hands again into your mat. And then inhale here. And as you exhale, press your right heel on the ground, or probably just move it to the ground. If it doesn't touch, that's okay. Just find some stretch in your right leg. And then inhale, lift your right heel up, and exhale, left heel on the ground or to the ground. Still keeping your arms active and pressing into the ground, moving your weight backwards on your feet from your hands. Inhale then. And lift your left heel up and exhale both heels onto the ground. Release your head completely here, but stay really active with your arms. Press yourself backwards, so don't let your weight go just passively down into your wrists, into your hands. Inhale one last time here, and as you exhale, bend your knees and walk your feet to the front of your mat between your hands. Grab your shoulders here and release. With your legs straight or with your knees bent, whatever feels comfortable. And then take a long inhalation here. And then exhale through your mouth. Release your arms. And with your next inhalation, begin to unroll your spine, keeping your back rounded. And slow and nicely come back to a vertical position with your head going up at the very last moment. Okay. And then find your Tadasana Mountains pose with your feet together, legs together and active. Engage your quads here. Your belly slightly in without really engaging it hard, but just don't let it out. With your pelvis in neutral position, your chest open and your shoulders down and backwards. And then engage your arms with the fingertips looking for the ground as if you really wanted to touch it. Okay, and then inhale, move your arms up. And exhale, bend from your hips, Uttanasana. You can bend your knees here if needed, release your head. Inhale, look up, Ardha Uttanasana, with the fingertips on the ground or probably your hands on your shins. And then exhale, bend your knees, put your hands on the ground and walk backwards into a plank pose. Inhale here, and as you exhale, put your knees on the ground and bend your elbows backwards so that you can put your belly on your chest at the same time on the ground. Inhale, little cobra with your shoulders down, far from your ears and your elbows squeezing inside. And then exhale, press on your hands, tuck your toes under and press back into down dog. Okay, and just some breathing here. You can still move your heels. You can inhale and lift your heels far from the ground. Put all your weight on your toes and then exhale. Move your heels closer to the ground or put them on the ground. And once again, inhale. Lift yourself up. Come on your toes and then exhale. Go down with your heels. And one last time, inhale. And then exhale. Inhale here, and as you exhale, bend your knees, and you walk with a big step in front of your mat between your hands. Inhale here with a flat back, your weight on your toes, not on your heels. So try to make your legs really vertical with your hips above your heels. With the next inhalation, go all the way up with your arms by your sides. Reach up to the sky, and then exhale, release. And once again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, go down. Inhale, look forward, flat back. Exhale, your hands on the ground. You step back or jump back. Inhale into a plank pose. Exhale, put your knees on the ground, bend your elbows, and go 50% of the way down. So hover above the ground, and then with your next inhalation, press back into upward dog. With your arms straight, your shoulders really far from you, so don't collapse between your shoulders, and then exhale, press back into down dog. Okay, and while we are staying here in your down dog, you're going to just move a little bit your right hand from the ground to put all your weight on your left arm, left hand, and if that's too much, you can keep your right hand on the ground and just progressively try to move the weight out from this hand. If that's successful for you, you can just completely move your right hand from the ground so that your left arm becomes really strong. And then come back with your right hand and we'll change sides. So probably you are removing completely your left hand from the ground, or just keep it on the ground and progressively remove the weight from this hand, putting more and more weight on your right arm and right hand. And then come back with both hands on the ground. Inhale here. And as you exhale, bend your knees, look forward and step or jump in front of your mat. Inhale, look up with a flat back. You can still have your knees bent here. And then exhale, Uttanasana. Go all the way down. And inhale. Lift your arms up. And exhale. Release. Okay, one last time. Inhale. Up with your arms. Exhale, go down. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, put your hands on the ground. Jump or step back into a plank pose. Inhale here. And exhale, with or without your knees on the ground, bend your elbows backwards. And then inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale, down dog. So remember that you can have your knees bent here. If that helps you to have your spine flat and straight, continue to press your hips backwards and upwards as if you wanted to touch the ceiling with your sitting bones. Okay, and once again, we'll move the weight into one arm, and if that's not accessible, just keep the other hand on the ground, trying to remove weight from it. And if you can move completely your right hand from the ground, then just grab your left ankle or your left shin and try to look under your left armpit, turning your shoulders, turning your chest to the left. And then come back with your right hand. And same thing with your left hand. So if you can't move it away from the ground, that's okay. Just try to remove some weight from it and put more weight on your right hand. And if you can remove it from the ground, come and grab your right ankle or your right shin, something that you can grab on your right leg, and turn right with your chest, with your shoulders looking under your right armpit. And then we'll come back with both hands on the ground. Inhale here, and then exhale, bend your knees, step or jump in front of your mat. Inhale, and then exhale, release. With the next inhalation, come all the way up, reach out with your fingertips to the sky, and then exhale, release. Okay, with your next inhalation, move your arms up, and then exhale, bend your knees and sit in your chair, Uttanasana, chair's pose. Keep your feet together, your knees together, your thighs together, as if you had only one leg. Inhale here, and as you exhale, grab your elbows. Inhale in center, and then exhale, turn to the right. So keeping your hips square, parallel to the front of your mat, just turn with your upper body, your right elbow driving you to the right, and then inhale, go back to center, and exhale, stay here. Inhale, release your arms up, and exhale, change the grabbing of your elbows. Inhale here, and then exhale, turn to the left. So trying to move backwards your left shoulder, your left elbow, and moving your right elbow forward. And then inhale, come back to center, and exhale, release into Uttanasana with your legs straight up, with your knees bent. Inhale, look up. Exhale, put your hands on the ground, step or jump back. Plank pose. Inhale here, and as you exhale, with or without your knees on the ground, bend your elbows, and then come to upward facing dog, and make sure that you don't let your heels fall to the sides. Keep them parallel, and then exhale, down dog. Inhale here. Exhale, release completely. Empty your lungs and your belly. And with your next inhalation, lift your right leg up. And exhale, bring your right foot between your hands. So feel free to grab your ankle with your hand so that you can move your foot forward. And then put your left heel on the ground, moving your left foot as much as needed so that you can put it firmly on the ground. Your arms backwards, and with your next inhalation, move up into warrior one pose, and then exhale. Sit probably a little bit further down with your right leg bent, with your left leg straight. Inhale here, and as you exhale, release your hands shoulder wide. Inhale one last time, and then exhale, go backwards, pushing your chest forward And probably going a little bit further backwards with the upper part of your back. And then inhale. Come back to center and exhale. Put your hands on the ground. Inhale into plank pose with your both feet backwards. And exhale, Chaturanga Tadasana with or without your knees on the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, down dog. Okay, and then the other side with your next inhalation, lift your left leg up, and exhale, bring your left foot between your hands. And then put your right foot on the ground with your heel really pressing firmly into the ground. Your arms by your sides, and with your next inhalation, move up nice and slowly, keeping your feet grounded into your mat. Inhale, reach up with your hands. Exhale, probably sit a little bit further down. Inhale, and as you exhale, move your hands shoulder wide. Inhale one last time here, and then exhale, begin to move backwards with your arms, opening into your shoulders and your armpits, and pressing your chest forward and upwards so that you can back bend a little bit here, not in your lower back. And then inhale, come back to center, and exhale, put your hands on the ground. Inhale into a plank pose, and exhale with or without your knees, Chaturanga, with your elbows really squeezing inside. Inhale, down or upward dog, and then exhale, down dog. Okay, just find your breathing here. Slow it down if necessary. And just observe it. Observe how your body has changed. Observe everything that's going through it, that's flowing inside. Some warmth probably that you have created. This energy that's flowing through your body. And then take one last inhalation here. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and step or jump in the front of your mat. Inhale, look up. Exhale, go down. And with your next inhalation, your arms by your sides with a flat back. Go up, and exhale, release your arms. Okay. And then, with your next inhalation, lift your arms up. And as you exhale, bend your right elbow and put your right hand somewhere between your shoulder blades. Grab your right elbow with your left hand and try to put it a little bit closer to the center, behind your head. Probably not. And if your elbow and your shoulder is behind your head, make sure that you keep your chin parallel to the ground, so don't let your head go down. And then try to grab your fingers, moving your left arm into your back as well. And probably you can cross your fingers here, or if this is not possible today, you just grab a bit of your t-shirt here so that you can fix your hands somewhere. Inhale here, your feet hip wide, and with your next exhalation, begin to go down into Uttanasana. Just bending your hips. Try to keep your spine straight, and you go down as much as possible for you without feeling any pain in your shoulder. So if it becomes uncomfortable, just stay where it's still possible to keep the position and breathe normally. And if that's okay for you, you can go all the way down, probably bending your knees a little bit, or keeping your legs straight. And continue to press your head slightly backwards, as if you were still keeping your chin parallel to the ground. And just breathe nice and deeply here. Trying to go probably a little bit more into this pose with every exhalation. Okay, one last inhalation. Exhale. And next time you inhale, begin to come back with a straight spine. Move all the way up, and then slowly, really slowly here, release your shoulders, release your arms. Take your time. You can circle your shoulders a little bit to release any tension. And then let's change sides. With the next inhalation, move your arms up. And as you exhale, bend your left elbow, put your left hand between your shoulder blades, grab your left elbow with your right hand, and try to move it behind your head, so to the center, to the symmetrical line in the middle of our body. And then release your right hand and move your right arm in your back so that you can grab your fingers together, or if this is not possible, just grab something that you can. Okay, and if this is really intense and too much, you don't have to come down. You can stay here, press your head backwards so that you can open a little bit more in your left shoulder. But if you want to go a little bit further, inhale, and with your next exhalation, begin to go down, to bend from your hips. And probably this pose is really asymmetrical for you. You have probably gone really far the first time on the other side, and here this is not possible, or probably otherwise. So still stay attentive to what your body feels and respect its limits. Continue to press your head backwards so that you don't collapse in your neck. Okay, and let's take one last inhalation here and exhale completely. And with the next inhalation, begin to go up with a flat back. And once you're in your vertical position, release slowly your arms and shoulders. Okay. With the next inhalation, move your arms up, and then exhale, go down. Inhale, look forward with a flat back, and exhale, your hands on the ground. You jump a step back into plank pose. Inhale here, and as you exhale, with or without your knees on the ground, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, down dog. Inhale here, and as you exhale, put your knees on the ground, and then sit on your heels, release completely. With your head, with your forehead on the ground, or probably on a cushion, and with your arms backwards, completely passive. Drop your shoulders to the ground and release any effort. If that's more comfortable for you, you can open your thighs, open your knees a little bit wider to make space for your belly. And take some long inhalations here, sending all air in your back, lifting it up every time you inhale, and letting it go down every time you exhale. And then move your hands, put it in front of your knees, and pressing your hands on the ground with your rounded spine. Inhale and come back to a vertical position. Sit on your heels or take any other sitting position if this one is not comfortable. Keep your eyes closed and observe what this practice has brought to you. Any changes that you can feel in your body, in your mind, in your breathing. And put your hands into praise position in front of your chest. Inhale, and as you exhale, release your head on your fingertips. And thank yourself for the time that you have taken, for your body, for the peace of your mind. Thank your body for having followed all the instructions you have given. And thank you for having let me guide you. Namaste. Thanks for having shared this practice with me. Take care of yourself, have a nice weekend, and see you next week. Bye.